present perfect progressive. There's two big differences between present perfect and present perfect progressive. It still has that word perfect because we're still using have de haber in this tense. So it's still that been, right? But it says progressive, and progressive means that we're going to have the verb to be and the ing. Whenever we see the word progressive, we know that we're going to have the verb to be, in this case, been, and we know we're going to have the ing or the gerund of the verb or the present participle of the verb, right? So in this case, the title, present perfect progressive, tells us what is in the verb. It's in the present, so we're going to use have or has in our helping verb. And it says progressive, which means that it's going to have the verb to be, which is been, and it's going to have the gerund or the ing, which is on the screen, doing, eating, going, working, or living. Okay? So the helping verb is going to be I have been. You have been. She has been. We have been. They have been. So you can see in third person singular, we are going to put has with an S. Has. Not have with a V, but has with an S. Because it is third person singular. Is that good? Okay, so then it would be I have been, and we're going to combine it with doing. I have been doing. You have been eating. She has been going, and we have been working. They have been living. We're not going to put I have been done or she has been gone, right? We're not going to put that. We're going to put she has been going because this is progressive. Like it says in the title, it's progressive. Very good. Okay, so let's look at these examples. I have been doing all the work. We have not been eating salads for lunch. Has she been working at night? How do you understand these sentences? Do they mean the same in Spanish as they do in English? Think about it, because I think they do, and that will help you to center and understand the ideas. So the present perfect progressive has an interesting feeling, and it's very important. It's important that you understand the sentiment so that you know when to use it. I have been living here for 3 years. I have been living here for 3 years. Do I still live here? Does this person still live here? Yes, they do, because the progressive means that it continues in the present. It started in the past, but it continues in the present. So this is the tense that brings the past to the present. It brings the past to the present, right? But that's why it's called continuous, right? So this expresses how long. I have been living here. How long? 3 years. It also represents a result. I have been working to buy a new car. Am I still working? Yes. Did I buy the car? No, because it's in progression. It is in the continuous state, which means it's still happening as we speak. We also use this for temporary situations. I have been going to the gym lately. I have been going. It means in the past I probably didn't go. It doesn't guarantee that I'm going to continue to go. But from in the past I started and I'm continuing now. But it doesn't really give you much security. It kind of feels temporary. It kind of feels like it might change. So if somebody says, I have been going to church lately, to me, I might say, do you plan on continuing, or how do you feel? Because it doesn't sound like something secure, like I go to church, which sounds very strong and very, very secure, very confident, right? This sounds a little bit more temporary. I have been going to the gym lately. Very good. Once again, in the past perfect progressive, it's not much of a change. You're just going to change the have or the has to had, because that's the past of the verb have or has. When I say have or has in the past, you're going to say had, and that's why we're changing it. But you're going to continue to use the been, and you're going to continue to use the ing or the present participle of the verb. So in that case, it's pretty easy, right? Just change the have to had. Let's look at these examples, and I hope that you are doing your examples in your notebook. Remember, you should have some type of notebook where you're taking notes and where you can go back when we're in level 5, when we're in the different levels, and we can refer to this information. Very important, okay? So this one says, I had been living there for 3 years. before I got married. I had been living there for 3 years before I moved. I had been living there 3 years before I changed jobs. Like, we're talking about a point in the past. We had not been understanding each other. Antes, we didn't understand each other. We had not been understanding each other. Now, it has improved, right? This implies a change. Had you been working together? Had you been working together? Maybe somebody got sick and I ask you, had you been working with this person? Because I want to know your relationship with them before, right? It's not right now. These are all in the past, but this is a point in the past that we're referring to. Had you been working together, but it's no longer in the present. It's not something that's happening now. In the present perfect progressive, it's still occurring now. Past perfect progressive, it's not. So these can get a bit confusing. Good job, guys. Okay, so let's talk about the sentiment behind past perfect progressive. We really have two major sentiments with past perfect progressive. The first is how long to a point in the past. She had been working at the company for a year when she met James. How long? She had been working at the company for a year. How long? A year. She had been working, right? And then to reference a time in the past, the pavement was wet. It had been raining. The pavement was wet. It had been, at some point in the past, it rained. So right now, the sidewalk or the pavement is wet. We're referencing the past. Very good.